on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. With that, let's get you out to Silicon.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And incomplete to open things up. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future all-pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. DeForest Buckner in there to drop it for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be fourth down. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. That's taken on the 25. Oh, shifty. Whoa. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little
pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Play action. Now Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
The first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. 12 yards on the return that time. And out. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Reuben Foster. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on third and very long. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Fielded at the 33. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. first down. Wilson. Incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success. And the Niners get there and bring him down. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. On third down, that's McKinney. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he fields it cleanly. Look at the dance and the juke. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over the field. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now Wilson on first down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Third and long, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And he'll take this in at the 1 yard line. Oh, good move. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And an alley to run. 30, the 20, 10, 5. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Oh, they hate that. Wipes
Still
out the big
down.
play.
And I know this is the NFL, so they would probably fine you for this type of a penalty. But when I was in college, you used to have to do up-downs for the number of yards that you cost a team in a big play.
Now Wilson on second down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. From the gun on third down, Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. He misses yet again, and the struggles here, they look pretty uncharacteristic for him.
You're certainly right about that. Mechanics are the key right now. Feet, arm, not in sync at all. He ends up throwing that one past his receiver that's open.
Oh, able to avoid him. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. As his guys are in for 6. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
And as soon as they hand a rookie his playbook, they say you better make your mark on special teams if you want to hang around. I'd say returning one for a touchdown will definitely leave a memory.
Yeah, that's a pretty indelible mark here early on in his career. And on the ground they go with the running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Wilson now to throw on third down. And it's complete. Hooper. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick up a first down.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, Wilson over the middle, complete. It's Howell. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now it's Wilson. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Back to the air, Wilson after the pick 6. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Howell. A gain of 6 there on first. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
On second down, Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Armstead in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. On third down, Wilson throwing right, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be a second down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down, here's Wilson. And his throw is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
On third down, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Here's Wilson throwing on first down and finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Wilson will throw again. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long.
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because